We are live. What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today is day 4 of live day trading with the goal of becoming a consistent trader. Thanks for joining in, and let's see, I will get our Weevil set up so we can start looking at some stocks here. Let's see. So yesterday was a no trade day. And honestly, sometimes the hardest day to trade is after a no trade day because you're going to feel a little bit eager. But already here on our screener, we do have 4 stocks to look at. So we're going to pull up our top 2, CODX. All right, and we're going to look at their news real quick. So AZTR, really cheap pricing. I'm going to be honest, like, I can't read this. I don't know what this is talking about. We'll click on this again though and see private placement to advance new cosmetic protein. That sounds pretty good. Planet Lab shares trading higher. CEO backed private placement up to 10.5 million potential. Okay, so that news, that does look solid. We do already have like quite a bit of pre-market movement, so it's worth watching. But I'll point out here on CODX before we even read the news for CODX, you can see that it barely had like a big pre-market move, which to me, I like a smaller pre-market move, but still significant, because that means there's still like movement to be made. Like this one, AZTR feels like it's already made the movement it's gonna make, but CODX feels like it has like a lot of room to breathe. So let's see if it's like hopefully really good news. Expands distribution territory across South Asia to USD 13 billion TAM. So I'm not sure what currency TAM is, but signed an agreement. Towards opportunity. That's honestly, again, that's pretty good news. Let's see. Expands agreement significantly. Yeah, I mean, that's really good news, and I really like that. So we'll pull up DRMA. Again, had big pre-market movement. Doesn't mean that it can't move again, though. I like seeing something that's a little bit below VWAP, because that means we have the potential for the bulls to like take over. But you do see the TNS is not moving, so not the best sign when there's no momentum on the TNS. Let's see. Why Planet Lab shares update received a notice allowance. Patent titled compositions for the treatment of skin conditions. That's not really strong news that it received a notice for allowance of a patent. That doesn't really mean anything. It means they were just approved to be able to get a patent. Which probably explains why it's not a lot of movement. ANA, looks like we've been on ANA before. It's also not moving on the TNS. Let's see what its news is. Surges are loaded as Iran drives natural gas. This natural gas stuff has been really volatile. People are just picking a new natural gas stock every week, it feels like. Last week was TPAT. I don't love it. Something just, let's see. Okay, market just opened. So we want to see how this first 5-minute comes in. Like, that's good right now. So far, that's a good, strong 5-minute open. Codex, that was strong volume-wise. That Codex is looking really good, honestly, just because it's above VWAP. Like, we'll see. I know it's going red right now, but we'll have to give it a second. This is looking like we could have a couple trades today. I'm hopping over to Trading View real quick, which I can't put on my screen at the same time, but I have another screener here. ASTR and Codex are at the top of that screener. And then I have a few more. Not sure if they're going to be worth watching though. Derma's on there. JDZG. WNW. No. Just real quick, we're going to throw on this one and see what its news is, because it's opening really strong. It has a really low flow as well. Initial beneficial ownership statement. Acquire. This is not saying like, oh, oops, it switched the news. Neutral solutions. Acquire AI data center. Some people like seeing anything AI, so that could be good, but I'm gonna focus on just ASTR in Codex, because honestly it gets really overwhelming when you try and watch too many stocks at once. The Codex has a 1.92 million share float, and ASTR has a 16.18 million. Obviously, the lower the float, the better. But I mean, ASTR, that's a really strong open so far. I do love seeing that, a strong open like that. So we're gonna go ahead and mark our potential buying position. Let's see. So if this candle stays the same, we'll aim to enter around 37 for a quantity of 2008. I do like trying to be pretty precise on that. Over here, Codex is actually not. Sometimes I guess it's just not gonna go how you think it's gonna go. I thought Codex was gonna be strong, to be honest, but maybe that's why it's pre-market it wasn't that strong on the 5-minute. I don't know. That's fishy. It could just because it closed or just because its first candle is red doesn't necessarily mean that it's not gonna keep going up today. This is just my rule. So readjust this real quick. Sometimes it doesn't really snap into place. I'm gonna throw this one on real quick just because it's on our other screener. And the Codex stock did not fit the setup. So if this one enters, we're gonna enter about 588. It had okay news, but it had a really low float, so honestly, I'd probably move this stop up a little bit if this does break. But we're gonna switch to the 1 minute to see if we can find a break. This way we can get a little bit more of a precise entry. I mean, so far, as ASTR is really, it still looks really good because we have super strong volume. We have the next red candles with lower volume and even that huge wick on the bottom bouncing off of EMA 20. Same with MNDR, like testing VWAP and then being supported by the bulls, also with less volume than this last candle. Like, to me, that always looks good. But I'll be honest, I'm feeling a little eager right now because yesterday was a no trade day. I'm like, I want to get a trade so bad. Even if it wasn't a no trade day, you always want to make a trade. Like, I think that's just instinctual. You want to walk away with that winner. But that's okay if we don't. And you know what? I didn't even look at these other, like Anna here actually. This is actually looking. This is looking really bullish. I know this is a random hop over, but 400. We'll have to see. That's a good break right there. I know we're below VWAP. My rule isn't necessarily for below VWAP because I love a VWAP reclaim. That's a strong break. We're climbing higher. I might move my stop there and enter upon a second confirming candle, honestly. Or what was our news on it? Oh, it's just actually, you know what, guys? No, I feel a little too impulsive on that. I feel like I'm chasing. I feel like I'm chasing. I don't want to chase. But this one, that's what we're looking for. We're gonna wait a little bit for the confirmation. I'm gonna move my stop up. We're gonna enter. That's strong. That's too strong to not enter. And I'm gonna have to chase a little bit on that, unfortunately. All right, we entered our trade. Yay, this is exciting. Finally got a trade in after no trade yesterday. That's so bullish. I mean, we tested VWAP, bounced off of VWAP, and look at that break of the 5-minute orb high. That was so strong. Strong volume. Yeah, we had to jump up the order a little bit. To me, on a break like that, having to jump up like that, it's fine. And look at that. We perfectly moved our stop loss to still fit. No. We'll adjust a little bit more. We'll make that our stop loss. Let's see what Anna's doing. See, I like to see if, like, okay, did I save myself from making a really bad trade? All right. MNDR is really pulling back. I don't know. I mean, I'm not worried about it as of right now. It's obviously not the momentum you want to see. We are going to wait to see how these couple more candles play out. Because clearly there's more volume and energy. I mean, look at that pushback up. The bulls are here to play. I mean, with a break like that, I'm not mad about having to chase it a little bit. Really. Not at all. I wouldn't expect a 2R trade today, but I'll still set that at 2R just to kind of see. Sometimes when I see this, I'm like, well, maybe I shouldn't have chased it so much. Should I have waited for the second candle to really confirm? Was it a fake break? I could have got a better entry. There's definitely a lot of thoughts, but right now I just have to sit with what I did, and then we can reflect on it afterwards. To me, there's still nothing scary that says I should exit this trade right now. Just because the red candles are small, they've been pushed back up. But there's nothing about me that feels like this trade was forced or anything. It could retest VWAP. I don't know. I hope not. On the 5-minute, what are we looking like? We have 5-minute looks good. Strong candles. Come back down to test VWAP. Ultimately, I'm a 5-minute chart trader who uses the 1 minute for precise entry and exit. So at this moment, especially on the 5-minute, there's nothing telling me that I need to get out of this trade right now. All we can do is wait, though. The best trades are the ones that just like take off right after you enter. The worst ones, I'll say, are the ones you have to chase, and then it ends up being the price you get in is the highest price that it hits. Definitely not the best feeling. We can go ahead and do a little bit of reflection right now and say, okay, maybe I should wait for the second candle after the break. That's the confirmation. Because I won't lie, this trade's making me want to exit if we get back to like break even. I'm not going to yet. Because again, on the 5-minute, we're still really bullish. My emotions want me to leave the trade. My emotions make me feel like my emotions are feeling things, but I'm going to sit back and say, okay, from what I've experienced as a trader so far, watching this chart, there's no reason to exit, even if I'm upset. ASTR, whew, did not work out at all. Look at that. What about Anna? Oh, Anna's going up. This one's got some sort of resistance, honestly. I'd be curious to see, like, is this a price? Looks like this also over here high. Like this is kind of a price we rejected off of at one point. trade's making me nervous. This might be a loss today. This trade's making me nervous. Should this can be something to learn from today. If I'm nervous, does that mean I should sell? Or do I hold? I want to keep holding. Not because I want to be right, but because I feel like if I sell, the lesson's going to be I shouldn't have sold, honestly. I'm really curious to see how Anna does too, because I wasn't doubting that Anna could make it to VWAP. I was doubting that it would break VWAP. I guess theoretically it still would have been a almost 2-hour trade if I had entered where I said I should enter, basically, with the stop there. That's okay. Moving forward, maybe that's something I do, but right now it's not. Or maybe this. I feel like this is a big beginner trader move. Like, that will make me feel better because there's a support line right there. I'm like, I don't know if I really believe all that stuff. It either moves or it doesn't. And right now, after this momentum, it's really been holding. This is really a consolidation of this entire little range here. I'm at the point where if we do break, have like one more ripping candle up, I probably will just take all of it off the table. Because I don't like sitting in trades that make me uncomfortable. It's not worth it. But it's doing the same thing it did here, right? Like it went up, came down, exploded. Now we're coming down, little explosion, coming down again, decreasing volume. We just need that one more like little big explosion, and I'm gonna be ready to sell all of it. If it does that. Oof, we're selling. Unfortunately, we have to sell. It didn't hit our stop, but it will, and I don't have auto stops on. All right, that's a 1R loss. Ooh, that hurt, but you know what? Let's get out of it. Let's get out of it. All right, let's see. Sorry, guys. I think my cat wants food. All right, this is okay. We took the loss, and one of the biggest wins that I've experienced so far as a trader is I'm now able to accept this win and not. There's gonna be no revenge trading. This was my one trade of the day. It was a loss. That's just how it goes, and that's okay. See, if I could pause this live stream, I would, just because I need to go give my cat some food. All right. there's not much longer left anyways. And just like watching, like, I wonder if Anna will break VWAP. If it does, that's okay. Like in the future, maybe we'll say just because it's below VWAP doesn't mean we don't trade it. But it's kind of like an unwritten rule right now. For MNDR, doing a live reflection, I don't blame myself for not selling. That was really 50-50. In the future, we could say, like, okay, it broke and then, like, it just didn't have. I would say maybe that second failure, probably should have been our exit indicator. When it broke here strong and it just lost momentum instantly, and then it failed to break again, that was probably the market telling me, like, it's not gonna happen. So maybe in the future when I see that pattern, I'll be okay, I don't think it's gonna happen. Let me take my loss off the table a little bit sooner. But the good takeaways is I took the trade and I didn't get too emotional about it over the loss. I was able to take it off the table quickly when it really did, like, fail through VWAP, even though I don't have auto stops in because they never work on Webull. There's a few positive takeaways. The biggest lesson is, yeah, maybe this pattern in the future, in combination with not feeling good about it, now I'm training that feeling to be like, okay, let me take this loss sooner. But we sold it, and that matters. And today's a losing day. I've had two winning days this week and 2 losing days this week now, and then the no trade day. So 2 for 2, or no, 2 for 4. But let's go ahead and log this trade real quick. So our orb high was 1.32, and our orb low was 1.15. So far, the best orb breaks for me have been the ones that break pretty quickly. This one did have, like, pretty steep pullback, didn't really just have the juice and the momentum it needed, versus, like, Anna started off small. This is probably the 5-minute here. Only a little bit of a pullback, breaks with a nice candle, momentum comes in to confirm, and then it continues to go up a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna break VWAP then. Doesn't look like it. Let's see. So we entered in a 1.36 average fill. $5,000 account balance. And our stop, we moved our stop to 1.2. So I guess the only good news really is also we slightly exited before our stop. It could have been sooner though, but that's okay. Oh wait, yeah, that was our stop, and our exit was 1.21. Yeah, just that was basically our stop. I haven't got stopped out in a while. I'm not gonna lie, so that really hurts. Whew, that really hurts, but that's okay. Did not hit anything. And then for our notes, we'll put strong volume break, but I did not wait for the second true confirmation, because the first candle is just the break. The second candle, that's the confirmation to see what is it going to do after the break. So really, I should be waiting for the second candle, even if it means a later entry. I just didn't want to miss it because that break was so strong. But that looked more like maybe like an exhaustion kind of thing. But I did not wait for the second true confirmation candle after my chased entry. It proceeded to pull back pretty deep, and I started to not feel good about it. Possibly should listen to that feeling and sell early in the future. It attempted a second retest of the high and was quickly rejected. In the future, this pattern plus bad feeling equals sell early. So that ends our cumulative R back to minus 1.75. We've been making our way up, and here's a loss today. But it's bound to happen, guys. It really is. You can't win every single trade that you make. I would 100% take that trade again. Well, no, I would not 100% take that trade again. I should have waited for the second candle to really confirm it. So that's also, in hindsight, probably one of the biggest lessons here. Is wait for it to really prove itself if you want to tie in that win rate and fake breakout. But that is today's day trading day. It was a tough loss, I'm not gonna lie, but we learned a lot, and I'll be excited to apply this lesson to my next trading sessions moving forward. That's all you can do. That's how you get better. And yeah, can't wait to do some more trading next week. See you guys next time.